Smurfy greetings, YouTubers. It is I, Hellgear. Earlier this summer, I talked about and even gave you guys the first looks at Smurfs Kart. Well, in this video, I want to give you a bit more updated information and open up the floor to discussion about this game. So, if you haven't seen the previous video where I give everyone the good first look at the game, I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below. Pause this video, go check that out, give that video a like, and when you're done, come back here so you'll be up to speed. Now, that being said, let's give you guys a little bit more. I'm here on the Microids website for the game, and we're going to just learn a little bit more about it. Then we're going to go and open the floor for your thoughts and hopes for what this game is going to be all about. Now, I'm not going to repeat myself with what we've already seen, but it's essentially here. We got 12 tracks from around the village, 12 different Smurfs, each with a signature thing here. So you can play by yourself for up to 4 people in split screen. They've got time trials and online rankings. Okay, so that's good news to know. They're gonna actually have online for this game. That's nice. That's actually nice. Original bonus race after the race. Nice. Win after win. Okay, so that kind of reminds me of like an additional race after you win the first one. Try to smurf them all in your personal album. Okay, so that feels like Bomberman Fantasy Race. To those of you who've never seen me play Bomberman Fantasy Race, essentially, if you get first place, you get to play a bonus game on the track for 1 lap. And in the bonus game for Bomberman Fantasy Race, you're picking up 100 coins. And depending on how many coins you get, how much time is left over, and if you've collected all 100 coins, you get extra coins. So, some more goodies. All right, well, we have essentially, we know there's a bonus game after each race. We know there's going to be online. So that sounds hopeful. I'm really hopeful for that, for it being online. November 2022. Okay, so that's good. For the Switch, it's going to be this November. On the PlayStation 4, 5, and the Xbox series of games next year. Okay. So, the Switch is getting it first, and it jumped up. When I originally talked about this, they had mentioned this game is going to drop New Year's Eve. So, November is actually really good, you know. Getting it in November, possibly like in the French version of the game, we'll get it in November, we might get it in December, but the fact that some players will be able to get this on the Switch for, well, sometime before Thanksgiving is good. So let's keep moving. Of course, it's an E-rated game, and we got some more screens. So some of these screens, okay, that's a new one. Let's take a look at this one. I haven't shown off this one in the first look. So what do we got going on here? Oh, look at that. It's Storm. Okay, so there's Stormy in her car. That looks like a Charger. And there goes Astro Smurf. All right, that's nice. And he's got the bubble from Mario Kart Tour. I sure hope the Smurfs Kart version of the bubble works differently than the bubble in Mario Kart Tour. And it's a good overview of what looks like the dam. Okay, so we've got a little bit more confirmation on a stage. We got the dam here. Like the rest of these images, I've shown off in the first look. Actually, those are like the first look images. All right, so That's really, really nice. We have online for the game, and that's going to be great. Hopefully, Microids, if you guys are listening, hopefully you guys will incorporate cross-platform compatibility. That would be nice. There's no word on if this is going to be releasing on Steam, like how Mission Vileaf was released for Steam. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but it is nice to know that characters are going to have their own special weapon. A lot of you in the comments have talked about how this game is going to be essentially Smurf Racer 2. And if you haven't seen the first Smurf Racer, I have played it on the channel. I think I'm also going to link in the description below to my Smurf Racer playthrough. So be sure to give that a shot after leaving your thoughts about this. Now, before I take it away, that's actually really good. So we may be getting this 1 month early. Let's see if I can get a price on the... Okay, they didn't say anything about a price, but what you're seeing here is a little something that I've made up. They didn't have the button to buy now was bad. Some people are saying this is going to be like a $50 game. Now, what you see here is something that I made up on my own, and as you can tell, it's a mock-up of the starting roster. Using the screenshots, like all the screens that have been available, I've been trying to make a little thing, and I think I did this a little bit in the previous video on who's all going to be available as cast in the game. And this is my little mock-up that I did using source images from Smurfs Epic Run. But yes, this is what we have as far as roster. Didn't get all 12. I couldn't tell if all 12 of the Smurfs were easily to identify in the screens, but I got 11 out of 12 of the starting cast. So we got Smurfette, Smurfstorm, and Smurf Blossom for the ladies. And then there's one Smurf I just could not identify. So if there's going to be like extra Smurfs that you can open up, and I really hope that there are, that's going to be really, really nice to see. Is that it feels like there should be more than just 12 Smurfs in the game. And if we do unlock them, because like Smurf Racer had unlockable Smurfs too. But, a 12 Smurf cast to start is fine. But like, you gotta give us a little bit more as far as Racer. So hopefully there are some unlockable Smurfs as we go through the game. Next up, we've got Jokey, we got Chef, Astro Smurf, as you saw from the screen, and then we got one of the firefighters. I'm guessing that the firefighter is probably going to be Dimwitty Smurf on the fire truck. I know Clumsy drives the fire truck in the cartoon, but I didn't really see if it was like Clumsy or not. You can't tell. Then we got Papa Smurf, Handy Smurf, Farmer Smurf, and they didn't show him in the screenshots, but looking at the map, I actually saw the head to Diaper Daddy. So Diaper Daddy is going to be one of the playable racers in the game. And everybody knows Diaper Daddy just looks like Clockwork Smurf. So we don't have proper screens of Diaper Daddy, but it looks like it's Diaper Daddy. If Microids does indeed decide to use Clockwork Smurf instead of Diaper Daddy, that's fine. But if you're keeping up to the show, it's Diaper Daddy. Now, here's my thing. If there's going to be 12 different races, and Microids, I really hope that you're listening to this, right? If we're really going to go into 12 races for this, I'm hoping that we get a little bit of variety, Set it up like it's Mario Kart. you know, and make it so that we have different cups, you know, which means we're going to need 4 more tracks. You know, you did mention the swamp in the direction, and it would be nice to see the swamp of no return as one of the courses in the game, you know, to make homage of the movie, which is great. But a lot of the other courses from around the village, Gargamel's Hovel, you know, that stuff, that all makes sense, you know. But I would like to see 16 race courses, you know. I know you said that there's 12 out the gate, but give us 4 more, you know. Give us like the Swamp of No Return if it's not one of the default 12. Give us the Girls Village. That is something that we need badly. Give us a track that's revolving around the Girls Village. And I'm really looking forward to this online play. You know, based off the screens, it showed that you can collect the Smurf berries like the coins in Mario Kart, which is pretty interesting. Now, again, Microids is going to, at some point, release some more information about this, especially if the game is going to be dropping in November. And because it's what? This is like end of August, so Microids should be coming up with more info about this game. It's due, Microids. And if any of the Microids developers are watching this, phone, man. All right, as I was saying, Microids, if you guys are watching this, give us 16 courses, man. Give us like 4 courses per cup. Like, you know, it's standard. Standard, you know. Don't make the same mistake as Smurf Racer where it's supposedly 3 races in 4 different cups. That's, you know, didn't Team Sonic Racing try to do that? No, they tried. No, actually, they did try to do something like that. They repeated tracks. And that's what you don't want to do. Just go ahead, give us 16 tracks, right? Give us 16 tracks, give us 4 different tracks per cup, you know, and don't repeat tracks. You know, that was one of the things that made Team Sonic Racing bad because you had 2 different Grand Prix, but they recycled certain tracks, and you don't want to do that. You know, that's lazy. Take the time, just give us 16 courses, you know. Give us these 12 out the gate, and then after we've beaten all like the first 3 cups of 4 races, give us like the special cup per se. You know, give us that last 4 rounds and stuff like that. And 12 Smurfs to start out with is good. And then unlocking more Smurfs as the game goes on, that's going to be great. And it's going to be interesting to see if the special weapons are going to be, if they're going to be different from Smurf Racer. You know, the screenshot showed that characters can hold 2 weapons. So you'll have one that you can use out the gate and then one in stock. And I'm really hoping that you've got the kart racing mechanics down because I'm looking forward to playing this. I really am looking forward to playing this. And if it's going to drop on the Switch before Thanksgiving, that's great too. You know, I saw the logo for Steam, but there was no word on the Steam release. That's probably going to happen next year. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, viewers, in the comment section below. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are, your hopes for, potential ideas on signature weapons for everyone, and ideas for unlockable Smurfs. You know, it'd be interesting to see Smurf Willow and Smurf Begonia as unlockable Smurfs, especially since they've appeared in the cartoon. And it's funny to mention that because Smurfs Mission Vileaf came out, and in Smurfs Mission Vileaf, we were introduced to Wild Smurf. Then comes season 2 of the cartoon, Wild Smurf debuts. So if that's a sign for Astro Smurf, because Astro Smurf's in this game, that Astro Smurf might be showing up in season 3 of the cartoon or the upcoming Smurfs musical movie. That's going to be an interesting thing to, play out because it introduces us to another Smurf. But that's all for now. I will be sure to update this information as we get it. But for now, I take my goose from the oven because I'm done. Bye bye, everybody. I'm looking forward to hearing your responses and reading them in the comments section below.